Hey everyone, how are you? It's the Julie Saillant. Welcome back to the channel, my 11s. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I wanted to send you out a quick video today. If you don't know who I am, welcome to the channel. I am a spiritual teacher. I help people find their gifts, bring them into alignment so they can figure out exactly what the hell they're doing here on planet Earth, what your mission is. I'm here to enlighten you and motivate you, inspire you, but you also have to do the work. And so we do that together. I work with numbers here. So it's a lot based on the number. It's not your astrological sign. So you add up your birth date. I've done tons of these videos where you can see how to do it, but you just basically add up the month, the day, and the year, and then that number, you bring it all the way down, reduce it as much as you can. This is for Master Life Path 11s. I am one of those as well. And I wanted to thank you for being here. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're growing the channel. And I wanted to talk to you, especially today, if you're a business owner, because I know a lot of times I kind of just say, okay, this is for the 11s. And by the way, if you're an 11, you're a Master Life Path number. There's only a few of us. That means that you've come around a couple of times. You've been reincarnated a few more times than others. That means that the 11s are the most empathic, probably the most, I would say, I actually like to think of this as the pit bull. Just came up to me this way, because we are so misunderstood sometimes, a lot of the time, probably 90% of the time. It's because we're super passionate, we care about other people, and it just, our caring sometimes comes across as, what's the right word? Not passionate. Super like we're in control and you're not. We're a big get out of my way. And it's so not like that at all, I promise you, as you probably know. It's just that we're very passionate. We state what we want. We don't hold back too much, but yet we're also very mysterious. So people don't kind of know what to do with us. And that's okay. I mean, I don't hate it. I'm fine with it. But it's just about you learning what your gifts and capabilities are, right? And so a lot of times we bump up against people who don't understand us, and then we kind of have to feel defensive. And so that's when things can get a little bit like this, right? Knocking heads. But everything is figure outable, as Marie Forleo says. And the older I get, the more versed in the work that I am. I truly believe that, you know, it's all just for their lessons for our greater good. That's what it's about. Really simple. So today I wanted to give you something different. As I mentioned, this is before the people that I work with in the beginning were very spiritual people, right? You could be a healer like I am. You could be a very soulful person. You could work in the Akashic records, right? There's a lot of things you could do. But I and my colleague also serve everyone else. And I really wanted to focus on entrepreneurs and leaders today, whether you have your own business or not. If you consider yourself a leader, you don't have to be spiritual to understand what I'm sending to you, okay? It's actually really profound stuff that comes in an easy package, right? Hold on one second, guys. The reason that I want to do this video today and make it more about entrepreneurs and leaders is because I know there's a lot of you out there. And because we are different and we handle information differently and process differently, I always like to give the old example of if we went to the movies, you and you're not an 11 or you're not a master number, we could watch the same movie. And if there was in there something that upset you, you'd probably process it right away and then move on with life. The 11s, we process on many different levels over a long period of time. So you could have watched the movie with someone and then a week later you're like, you know, I want to talk about that movie because something really bothered me about it, right? And they're like, what are you talking about? I don't remember like anything about this. Like, what's the problem here? And they've already moved on. That's how we are. So the reason that we want to help people in business, the entrepreneurs, our leaders, because we are different. We process differently, and they don't want me to get this out to you. Excuse me. Too bad. Not happening. Happens every time now in every video. Anyways, we work a little bit differently, right? So I made some notes, and it's not about me saying, oh, okay, so you've had your own business for 3 to 5 years and you have this many employees and this is what you do and I can help you. It's not about that, right? Try not to put any labels or put yourself in boxes because it only diminishes you. But it's all about what this person feels inside and where they want to be. What do you feel? And I can tell you from talking with clients over the years, a lot of us have we've dealt with fear for a long time, probably all of our lives. And some people are really good at it and some people not so much. It takes time, right? I'm still working through it. I'm still a work in progress. I'm a lot better than I was, but it's not easy for us as 11s to stand out because we get nervous, right? But let me go back to what you want to feel. You're in business or in business as a leader because you want to feel the opposite of fear. You want to be confident, you want to be fearless, you want to be strong, you want people to see you as someone who's very strong, can really make changes, and is amazing, right? Which you are. And what motivates you, I have found for 11s, is the respect of others and the validation. Because we usually have very big dreams and we want to do things differently, right, than anybody else. I'm the type of person that I think backwards. So if I have the end goal, then I work backwards. I don't work like front to back, I work back to front. I've always been this way. And I know a lot of 11s do this. I think that's because we can see things on such a huge level and a huge scale that other people can't. We do not get stuck in the minutia. We hate it, right? There's details and then there's crap. Like that's too much for me. I'm more of the bigger picture, right? But it's all just in the way you process. So for us, having to deal with fear, having people shut us down for so much of our lives, when we step out in business, no matter what it is, a lot of times we're met with our own overthinking, which leads to procrastination, which means that we don't move forward as much as we should, which leads to, I'm here and I want to be there. How do I get there? And the larger the gap, the more painful it is for you, right? And that's where I come in and I can help you. So what motivates you is, yeah, money's great, but it's more about the validation. It's more about the respect from others that, hey, you really do have a gift there. And hey, you really are good at that. Awesome. And also the legacy that we can leave for others, for the planet, to make it better, right? And it's about that validation, probably because we've lived so much of our lives without it. When I think back, I was like, this makes so much sense to me, because I think most people go through life, you know, with people going, yeah, you're awesome, good for you, keep going, you can do it. And we get the opposite. Think about this for a second. This is just coming to me. This is huge. This is huge. We get told from when we're small, at least I did, just stop making other people uncomfortable, stop doing what you're doing, stop speaking out. And then you learn to just shut down, right? It's not that my parents didn't love me any less. It just means that they didn't really know exactly how to deal with me. And when people came over to the house for parties, they really were like, it's not that they were embarrassed, it's just that they'd get confused. Because they always told me I could do whatever I wanted to, right? There's no limits. But I think that we get into it ourselves. We're the ones that stop ourselves. And then procrastination comes in, and then, you know, a day turns into a week and a week into a month. And then before you know it, 6 months has gone by and you're still in the same space and you're like, what the hell, right? So what happens for us is we work with you. I say we, if you want to join the Brave Academy, all my information is below, or work with me one-on-one. We work together. We build your life and business successfully, right? According to your mindset, according to how you work, according to how what you want to happen happens. It's not just the money, although money's great, right? It's about, we really want to be seen as an icon. We want to be paid outrageously well, because we know that the more that we have, the more of an effect I can have on the world. I can really make changes for humans and for animals as well, right? So that's kind of why we do what we do. And what you have to understand is that you're completely different. And so you work, as I said, you may work back to forward, but you also have your own way of doing things that's probably completely different from what anybody else puts down. And if they try to keep you in a box, you get very frustrated, because that's how I am, same way, right? So when you want to make changes to your life and your business, it's all about, it has to be what works for you. And it has to be the person that you're working with, like myself or my colleague. We have to understand where you're coming from. And we do, because we're 11s, right? We understand it's not just for the money. It's more about the validation. It's more about, yes, people get me. Yes, right? That's what it's about. And then it's on helping others. So I wanted to give you, when we work with leaders in mindset, on mindset for the entrepreneurs as well, it's a lot about how you think and what you say to yourself. So I have really been working on manifesting anything into your life. It can be a person, it can be a place, it can be anything. And things are really starting to line up. So what I wanted to do for you was, I wanted to give you one of the steps in the manifestation process that we teach. I'm not going to go deep, but I wanted to just send it out to the universe, because there are a lot of you who probably need this. So I'm not going to give you the first step. The second step, that's the most powerful step, and is probably the activator, is when you think about what you want, and you have to be very specific, then it's like, okay, I need a phone. Okay, I want the iPhone 13. It needs to be a big screen. I want it like tomorrow. It needs to do this, this, and this. It has to be very specific. That's just an example. But the biggest part of this, the piece that most people overlook, is when they state their intentions very specifically, and then they move into, okay, it's going to look like this. It's going to come in this way to me. But what you're not doing is, and the biggest part of this is, you need to put your energy, the correct energy, behind what you want. So let's just say you want to manifest the perfect client for you. Because as an entrepreneur leader, we all know that there's clients and there's clients. There's clients that work with us great, that we vibe with perfectly. Everything lines up. You feel good. They feel good. It's awesome. There's other clients that come in and it's a struggle from the very beginning. And you kick yourself and go, why did I do this? Because this person's not listening to me. They're not doing the homework. It's not working, right? I'm trying as hard as I can, but it's not working. So to manifest the right clients, you need to state what you want. That'd be the client that works for me, that, pays on time, that does all this stuff. But also what you want to do is, you've got to get in your right state, and that's the flow state. Before you can do anything more, you need to understand that everything that you do goes out into the universe, and the universe is listening. So every time you're negative, you're a double mind, you're overthinking, you're procrastinating, you're sending out anger, distress, disappointment. That's all going out into the universe like a beacon, right? Versus, and when you do that, that's what you'll get back, more struggle. It's like, this is the hardest thing. Let's just say that you don't have any money right now. You're really struggling in that area. I know a lot of people are. And you're like, okay, I need money really bad. And you're laying, you're awake at night and you're trying to figure things out. Well, what happens is, instead of you thinking, okay, I'm totally going to work on this, it's going to be great, by you adding a negative connotation to it, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Holy crap, you're in this loop. That's what's sent out to the universe. You get more crap back like that. It's awful. So it's a real test and lesson for you, that you need to forget that and actually just focus on, if I already had it, right? My bank account's completely full. It's like stuffed. I can't take any more money, right? And I love what I'm doing, and I'm helping people, and they love it too. It's awesome. It's crazy good. And you have to do that and be in that flow state when you're broke, when you're unhappy, when you're going through something that's struggling with a relationship. That's why it's always a lesson. But if you can do that, and that's what we teach in the Brave Academy, how to hold your frame, how to disarm people, your mindset, you're golden. So you need to get into that flow state. And how do we do that? I do it by listening to music and dancing around. I know it sounds silly, but do whatever works for you. When you dance and you move your arms, that's why a lot of us, move our arms when we're praying and stuff like that, or walking, because you're changing the energy around you, right? You're raising your vibration. And I'm sure you all know that one of the best things that you can do in terms of being where you want to be, getting to that flow state, it's all about gratitude. Gratitude raises your vibration faster than anything else. So even if you don't have a lot of money in the bank or very little, you got to be like The Rock and be like, I know I have $7 in there, but I know it's going to grow. I know it. I can feel it. It's happening. It's done. I don't know where it's going to come from, but it's done. Like that. And then claim it. So I'm not going to give you all the steps, but this is what we talk about in the Brave Academy, right? Getting into that flow state. It's super important. And remember what I always say to you guys, your words carry weight way more than you think. I forget this and I'm trying to remember it because you can effectively hurt someone without even meaning to. I'm sure you've done it as an 11. So you need to get in that flow state. So I would encourage you to work with the flow state, get into it, learn how to do it. If you need my help, all the information is in the description box below. And really look forward to working with you guys. I have some open slots. The Brave Academy is open. I've got some one-on-one slots as well. I'd love to work with you. I mean, let's just say if you're here and you want to get there, you feel misunderstood, you feel like you've run up against blocks, you can't move farther, you're trying to move yourself along personally and your business along professionally, guess what? They both go hand in hand. If you're upset and angry, it's going to go right into your business, right? So you've got to get in that state, get good at getting in that state when the pressure's on, not just when you're having a great day and it's like, oh my gosh, it's sunny out, it's 80 degrees, it's amazing. I'm so wealthy, I'm happy, I'm fit, I'm blah, 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 blah. That's easy. You got to do it on the days when it's hard, but it'll make you so much stronger and so much better. Okay, guys, I hope this helped you. Sending you lots of love. Please leave me some comments because I always want to hear what you have to say. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share the channel. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys are doing well. Talk to you soon. Thanks.